Theists love to say it, that without God, life has no true meaning. That atheists are just drifting through existence. Empty, lost, hopeless. Like meaning is something you can only get by subscribing to their cosmic cable package. But here's what they never seem to notice. When they describe their version of meaning, it doesn't sound deep or profound. It sounds desperate. It sounds like someone trying really hard to convince themselves that their invisible friend gives their life purpose. And honestly, I don't need that. Because I've got more meaning in my life than most people I know who spend their days on their knees hoping the sky says something back, and none of it came from a holy book. My meaning comes from the people I care about. From the dogs who wag their tails when I walk through the door. From the friends who laugh with me. From strangers I'll never see again, who were a little better off because I showed up. I didn't get that from a pulpit. I got that from living. I find meaning in silence. Out in the woods, before the world wakes up. No hymns, no choirs. Just me, and the wind through the trees. That's not emptiness. That's presence. That's what it feels like to actually be alive. I build little shelters in winter for animals that have nowhere else to go. I leave food for raccoons, water for the squirrels. I do it because I care. Because I can. Because it makes a difference. Not because I want a reward. And definitely not because I'm afraid of hell. But every time I mention I'm an atheist, someone chimes in like a broken wind-up preacher. You can't have true meaning. You're just pretending to be fulfilled. Deep down, you're miserable. They say it like they're reading off a script they never thought to question. Like meaning only counts if it comes from an invisible authority figure threatening eternal consequences. Which brings us to the real question. If their meaning comes from rules written by ancient men, if their morality is just a fear of punishment, if their purpose is something they didn't choose, then what is that, really? It's not meaning, it's control. They call it divine purpose, but it's just a leash with better branding. Do what you're told, believe what you're handed, and maybe, if you're lucky, you'll get a cosmic participation trophy after you die. That's not purpose, that's submission. Meanwhile, I don't need a bribe, and I'm not scared of the dark. I know this life is all I've got, that there's no second round, and far from being depressing, that makes every moment matter. That's what gives life value, because when you know time is short, you stop wasting it on things that don't matter. You show up, you try harder, you love deeper. They say that's bleak, I say it's honest, because I don't need an afterlife to make this life count. I don't need heaven, I need now. The breath in my lungs, the sun on my skin, the little tail wag I get when my dog sees me. The way my kid's face lights up when they figure something out. The way a stranger smiles when someone shows them basic human kindness. That's not shallow. That's not empty. That's meaning. And I didn't need a God to find it. Meaning isn't handed to you. It's built. Out of choice, out of connection, out of care. You build it with every decision, every action, every moment you pay attention to instead of zoning out and waiting for divine instructions. Religion tells you to look up. I say, look around, because this life, this is it. This is the show. And it's beautiful, even when it's hard. They believe in a God who never shows up, never speaks, never acts, whose biggest miracle is getting people to keep believing despite the silence. They follow a book that justifies slavery, demeans women, and tells you how to murder disobedient children. But they think I'm the one lacking moral depth. I find meaning in compassion. In justice, in letting people be who they are without condemnation. I don't need a verse to know what kindness looks like. I don't need a commandment to know how to love. I don't help others because I'm being watched. I do it because it's the right thing to do, not for a reward, not to avoid punishment, but because the world is hard enough, and if I can make it better for someone, why wouldn't I? Religion asks for blind faith. I ask for better questions. Religion demands obedience. I seek understanding. Religion wants submission. I want growth. They say faith is a virtue. I think truth is better. So if I already have joy, love, connection, purpose, community, and morality, what exactly is religion offering that I don't already have? Is it the comfort of pretending someone's always watching over me? Is it the illusion that this messy world is part of a perfect plan? That babies dying, or families starving, or genocides happening, are all somehow for a reason? If that's the offer, then I'm not buying. And here's the kicker. I used to believe. I used to pray. I used to think my life had some cosmic assignment, but eventually I realized it didn't. That purpose I thought was given to me, it wasn't given. It was inherited, assumed, pushed. And when I finally let go of it, I didn't fall into darkness. I didn't spiral. I soared. Because life wasn't meaningless. It was mine. It was waiting for me to live it without permission. So the next time someone says I can't have meaning without their God, I'll ask them to name just one kind of meaning I don't already have. One thing their God provides that I'm somehow missing. Because unless their God is going to show up, feed my dog, hold my hand through grief, or teach my grandkids how to be kind, then I don't need him. He offers nothing I want, and nothing I don't already have. Thanks for watching. See you next time.